Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Welcome back. And to my new viewers, welcome. Well, here we go. From newsbusters.org. MSNBC, Tiffany Cross fantasizes Trump being arrested cop style. Oh, God. You know what? All right. I call these people, I got it from Tim Pool, so I can't take credit for it, city urban liberal types. And the acronym is CULT, cult. There's some far extremists that are in a kind of a cult with Trump. Yeah, very tiny percent. The vast majority of common sense people see Trump for what he is. And I'm a Trump supporter. They see him for what he is. He's a pompous ass sometimes, but especially they hate him because he's right. And what he did was great for the country and great for the people in it. And that makes them crazy. They have to get rid of him one way or another. And I'm assuming they won't use violence, even though they wouldn't even dream of it. They're going to try everything they can to make sure that President Trump and everybody around him that either worked for him in the past or currently works for him either directly or indirectly gets trampled to death, politically, legally. It's the process. You have to go in for hearings and interviews, and you spend tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars for lawyers, and nothing becomes of it, and they ruin you. That's what they're doing in the January 6th committee. Now they're after Justice Clarence Thomas's wife. For God's sake, what's coming? What's coming? I'm telling you, think of the most bizarre thing you can possibly think of, and then triple the weirdness. And that's what Democrats are going to do. They are desperate. City, urban, liberal types, cult members are freaking out. Let's read on. Tiffany Cross is a recurring fantasy. She dreams of seeing Donald Trump being arrested in the style of the TV's cop show. Back in 2020, we caught Cross fantasizing of Trump being dragged out of the White House lawn like a 1980s episode of Cops. Well, I thought she was anti-cop. Oh, okay. Maybe she can see a psychologist. Hey, I heard Jordan Peterson's available. Let's read on. This idiot and this other moron. New York Times bestseller. He's an idiot. Let's just listen to this stupidity first. There's a few seconds.
Cover it. But I think our viewers, particularly those cross-connection viewers, have a bit more intellectual curiosity than some people who watch Fox News, let's say.
Have a bit more intellectual curiosity than some people that watch Fox News will say is the quote. So let's insult 70 to 75 plus million people in one sentence. You're a major news network. Whether I like it or not, you're part of the lamestream media. You just insulted over 70 million people in 10 seconds. You are an ass. Let's listen on.
I'm curious, though, your thoughts, Ellie, as a lawyer and a New York Times bestselling author, my friend. Will we ever see Trump have any accountability? Because I think that's what people will tune in for that. You played the music to Cops, the TV show Cops, and marched this guy out and put him in the back of the police car and hold his head and everything.
And hold his head and everything and play the Cops theme song, which, by the way, is on Fox Nation now because the cable stations are too cowardly to play it. These people suck so bad. Just listen a few more seconds. I don't want to give you too much, as Italians say, agita.
It will be a ratings bonanza, believe me. Will we ever see that?
At the end of the day, it is Merrick Garland is the only person that can actually do the things necessary to put Trump and his cronies and his family behind bars, and we haven't seen a lot from him to this point.
Trump, his family, and the people around him. Cross cranked up her cop's dream machine again Saturday morning. This is how she fleshed out of her fantasy. You play the music of the TV show Cops and march this guy out, put him in the back of a police car, hold his head and everything. It will be a ratings bonanza. So you'll see in the screen cap, Cross even played out her fantasy, demonstrating the approved Cops technique by which Trump's head would be pushed down as he was loaded into the police car. Regular show host Elie Mystal of The Nation, he's another piece of garbage, grifter. And they're successful grifters, I'll give it to them. They've done very well for themselves. This kind of siding against Trump and every Republican and always screaming racism and sexism and homophobia this and transphobia that and phobia makes a lot of money. A lot of money. I'll give it to them. They know where the money is, and they sure as hell got it. Regular show guest Elie Mystal of The Nation told Cross that the only person that can fulfill her fantasy is Biden Attorney General Merrick Garland. But Mystal said pessimistic about Trump and company being sent to the slammer. Merrick Garland is the only person that can actually do the things necessary to put Trump and his cronies and his family behind bars. We haven't seen a lot from him to this point because there isn't anything. 2 lead prosecutors and investigators in the Southern District of New York walked away because there's nothing there. Nothing there. Being a pompous ass sometimes and being arrogant is not against any state or federal or local law. Trump's Trump. He's too old to change. You take him like he is or leave him. I really don't care if he tweets out mean tweets or says things. I really don't care. Because frankly, 99% of the time, he's right. That's all I care about. Speaking of fantasies, Cross also claimed that our viewers, particularly those cross-connection viewers, have a bit more intellectual curiosity than some people that watch Fox News. Again, alienating 75+ million people. We suppose that asking cross-connection viewers to disclose their SAT scores would be out of the question. But on our MSNBC show, Tiffany Cross, once again fantasizing about Donald Trump being arrested, cop style, was sponsored in part by Progressive and Intel. I'm glad news agencies and websites like this are calling out the companies that advertise. Now, am I saying Intel and Progressive are woke, crazy people, don't do business with them? I just think it's important to know. I think it's more important to know who won't advertise in places like Fox, Newsmax, and other outlets. That would be way more interesting to know. Like when Harry's Razors pulled their sponsorship from the Daily Wire. Now, I'm a businessman. I was for over 20 years, so I have zero issue with them pulling their sponsorship from Daily Wire. And neither did the Daily Wire. They were very disappointed because they were a sponsor for a long time. But what they did was they pulled their sponsorship and then they ran their mouth. And they said, we pulled it because we don't believe what they believe in. This is trans this and trans that and non-binary this and non-binary that. And so what they did was they pulled their sponsorship and then ran their mouth, telling them how virtuous they are. If we'd have known, of course, they were that bad, we never would have advertised with them. Thank God they don't get any of our money anymore. Well, that pissed off the Daily Wire pretty good. And they went directly after them. That commercial, it's on YouTube. You should see it. Go on the Daily Wire YouTube page. The new razor company that they're putting together. Going directly after Harry's Razors. I think they said they got 45,000 subscriptions to the razor company in the first, 48 hours? They were so overwhelmed, they didn't know what the hell to do. I don't know if they can make or send them out fast enough. And good for them. You know, it's like a couple. You want to split up, that's fine. Well, one starts to badmouth the other one after it's over. You look like an ass. You look like a jerk. Just say it didn't work out. Harry's Razors could have said, we're using a different advertising scheme when asked. It did not go into detail. And they were advertised on the Daily Wire for a long time. It's just wrong. There's virtue signaling. All it does is hurt people, including yourself. It's all going to come back to bite them in the ass. So, Tiffany, have your fantasies. Go home. Play some heavy metal music. Have a big glass of wine. Get a little buzz going. Lay on the couch and dream of Donald Trump being arrested 1980s cop style. City, urban, liberal types, a.k.a. cult members. I wish you well, but I wish all of them well somewhere else. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.